Good morning, all. This is Prashanti here to continue with the lecture on middleware technologies. In the last videos, we have seen what is middleware and the types of middlewares and all. Now, here we are going to see again what is middleware. So, middleware is a software glue, and it acts as a mediator between the application program and the network. In order to understand what is middleware clearly, now, in previous days, in 1980s and so, many people have developed many applications using different softwares. Many applications in the sense railway application, bank application, or a shopping application, whatever it may be. They have developed many different applications, and each and every person have used different softwares for developing those applications. That is fine. Now problem has occurred when they want to transfer the data between one application to the another application. So why? Because one application is in one language and the other application is in some other language. So the transfer of data between these applications is a typical task. The data is not transferred there. Exchange of data is impossible there. So in order to avoid this, in 19 after 1980s or so, in 1990s, MNCs have sit together and solve this. They have thought that we have to create a software uh, which is compatible for every language. Okay, we have to have a software which is compatible for every language. So they have come across the concept called as middleware technologies. In middleware technologies, what happens is they will be using some middleware software, and that middleware software will be able to understand any kind of language in which the application is built. So that middleware software will convert that into the required language, and the data transfer is possible there. Okay, so some of the first middleware that was developed was Corba, and the next many middlewares like RMIs, JDBC, ODBC, all this come into existence. So what is this middleware? It provides an interaction between heterogeneous computing platforms. Heterogeneous means different platforms. Every application is of different platform. So different platforms can communicate with each other and send the data or share the data using this middleware. And this middleware comes in between application programs that we write, and then the operating system and network services. Then, so what are the highlight points of middleware? It is a computer. It provides a common programming abstraction across a distributed system. So this is the common program that is used in distributed systems. In the distributed environment, we have many applications. Every applications will be using a common program abstraction. And this middleware is also called as plumbing, because it connects different distributed applications. It connects different applications over the world, and in order to and also it enables us to exchange the data between these applications using some pipes. So it is called as plumbing. Now here, what that middleware contains, that middleware is a software which contains XMLs, SOAP, web services, service-oriented architectures. All these things will be explained detailed in future videos. Okay. Now, this is the architecture. Before going to this, now a general example of middleware is, now suppose you have an Amazon website. Amazon is an application, isn't it? That Amazon application is written in some language, right? When you add some items in the cart, and then if you want to pay the bill, then a payment application will be opened. That payment application consists of some different banks like ICICI, HDFC, Axis, all these things. So each and every bank is also written in some other application program, isn't it? ICICI may be written in Java, um, HDFC may be written in PHP and some other language, and your Amazon is also written in some other language. Now you are passing your data or information, you are moving from Amazon to that bank platform. Bank platform is some using some other software. So your data should be transferred between these two different softwares. How it is done? By using a middleware in between, right? This is one host and this is one more host where the data can be is exchanged. So this is the application that you use, and this is the operating system of that host, and in between you have a middleware. And this is similarly one more host, the application of that host, middleware, and this is the operating system. So when host 1 want to send a data to host 2, that is sent through middleware. So this middleware converts that into some common language, and then that is given to the operating system. The operating system provides all the network related issues to that, and using those network issues, again that is sent to the middleware to the other side on the host. Again this host will convert the data which is got from the host 1 to the language which is understandable by host 2, and then it sends to this application. Now this distributed application will create a response or create some answer or first send a file to this, and this converts into a common language program, and then it is sent back to this. In this way middleware. So these middlewares can be of any kind. There are two kinds of middleware: general middleware and service specific middleware. General middleware means communication stacks. Communication stack means what? Now I have said you the example of Amazon and a bank. So this one object, Amazon is one object, and the bank is one more object. So communication should exist between Amazon and bank. So a stack is maintained between these two objects to send the messages. Then distributed directories is a directory means what? Set of files, isn't it? These set of files are maintained at a particular place, and those set of files or directories or set of files are distributed to all the clients which are accessing to these directories. So here also the middleware technology is used. So now any client using any application or any language, using any language, can access these files. Next, authentication services. Authentication services, you know already, whenever you want to send the data or money, or when in order to check your Gmail, in order to open your Gmail on any other rare system, then it asks for authentication services. For that authentication services also middleware is used. Next, network time services. Network time services, when data is sent from one host to the another host, then it is sent by using that is sent in terms of packets. So those packets are sent bit by bit and all, that is another issue. Those network time services also will be maintained by this middleware. Next, remote procedure call. Remote procedure call is you can invoke a method which is present on some other system, which is present at the remote location. You can access the methods which are present in some other system. That is a remote system. That is remote procedure call. Next, queuing services. These are queuing services are the message queuing services, MOM and all. Distributed file and print services, as I have told you, distributed directories, distributed files, you can take and print a file which exists on some other database, on which is, if actually this file is present on some other server, but you can take a print of that file. That is distributed file and services. And these are the service specific middlewares. Service specific middlewares, all these things I have discussed in the last video: database middleware, OLTP specific middleware, groupware specific middleware, object specific middleware, internet specific middleware, system management and system. This is one extra. Internet system management and system specific middlewares are, if you want to, if you have taken a new keyboard, then you have to install the drivers of that. That is a system specific middleware. So these are all the types of servers. For all these types of servers, you have particular middlewares for those, right? Next topic we'll see next. Thank you.